What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to talk about our honeymoon.
Yes, this is the honeymoon vlog where we discuss everything that we did, every single down to the detail thing that No.
You're going to get the redacted version. No, we're going to be pretty honest with you.
Yeah, one of the most strange things about our honeymoon is that we didn't go on it alone. We actually used our family vacation that we take every year, minus the pandemic years. With my mom and brother, we took that cruise vacation and decided, okay, that'll be our honeymoon. Because otherwise, we wouldn't have had one. We're performers. We don't get time off. So we had this plan for literal years because this was a cruise that was supposed to be in 2020 that then got pushed and then pushed. So, yeah. I said, you know what? If we don't use that as our honeymoon, we're not going to get one. So let's just use it as our honeymoon. And it actually ended up being great because while we did have a lot of alone time together, like to explore the different countries that we went to and just to be on the ship by ourselves, we also got to spend really, really great time with my mom and brother, which was great because we had not seen them since April. Yeah. Because of all kinds of reasons.
And we went in November, so for Thanksgiving. So
we didn't even see them at the wedding. If you know on this channel, you've heard this story before, but if you're new here, I'll just explain. My mom and brother missed our wedding because they had COVID. So this was our chance to actually see them for the first time since April. We got married in July. We're expecting to see them then, and then they had COVID, and then we were going to go down and see them sometime in between, and then we had COVID twice. So, and then we moved and had to buy a house or something.
It was
crazy. So it was so nice to get to spend time with them. So we're going to talk about all the things we got to do and all of the fun. And so we did some interesting things.
There was a lot that happened on that. The cruise started off. We went out of Port Canaveral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you saw in our video, we have a honeymoon video part 1 where it's just us vlogging in the car while we are in stop and go traffic trying to get into the parking garage.
It was a blast. Where all did we go? We went
to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we went to Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Grand Cayman Islands.
Grand Cayman or Grand Turk?
Grand Turk, that one. Grand Turk. Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Grand Cayman.
Because every time we talk about going to we went to Grand Cayman a couple years ago.
You talked about opening a bank account. He was like, "Can I open a bank account?" I was like, "Stop doing what the movies do."
I kept asking her mom for $10,000 so I could open up a bank account, but she wouldn't give it to me.
He's a little nuts.
But no, so we went to these beautiful places. We had been to all those before on a previous cruise.
So what happened is this cruise, we had to rebook because they kept getting canceled, and eventually we just picked whichever one my brother decided was the best one for us to do this week, and it ended up being a bunch of places we'd been before, but it was a ship we'd never been on. And it was a ship my brother had never been on, which is hard, okay? This kid, he cruises for a secondary living at this point. He's been on almost every Carnival ship, and this one he had never been on. It was the Carnival Mardi Gras, and he was so excited to be on a new ship. Now, when we go cruising, our favorite part is going off the ship and exploring the land that we get to go to. Like, Puerto Rico was amazing, and Dominican Republic was adventurous, but boring, because if you're not doing an excursion, there's really nothing to do. And then Grand Turk was super, super relaxing and fun. So those are our favorite parts. My brother's favorite part, the ship itself. He can recite cruise ship facts to you. Like, he's so into it. And I didn't realize that. I thought, man, he doesn't want to stay down here and be off the ship. I thought that was weird until I realized, no, the ship is the thing he likes the best.
No, he checks out the architecture, the shops, everything that's on the ship. Like, he loves the just vibe of the ship. Yeah. It's so cool. I like both parts of it. I love the ship. I think it's really cool to be on. I love seeing, like, my first ship that I was on, I don't remember which one it was, but it was an older ship. I think it was like one of the last cruises that it had before it got remodeled.
I don't remember what the ship was.
But, like, this one, it had this whole like Louisiana, like New Orleans feel.
Yeah, it was the Mardi Gras, so it was designed to be like Mardi Gras and in New Orleans, and so it was so cool. It had like the French Quarter area, and it had this bar. I got to tell you about this bar. We didn't really frequent the bars, but there was this one called like the Brass Tap or something. All of the lamps, all of the fixtures, all of the lights, everything. It was made of trombones, trumpets, tubas. It was so cool.
Like you'd see like the brass, like the trumpet head, and then there'd be like
There's a light bulb in it, and it was the coolest thing. So they really go all out with the decor. A little bit about the ship. Let's talk about the ship first.
Okay.
So then we'll get to the ports and stuff. But the ship was the biggest one that they have. And it was a Thanksgiving cruise, which means it was packed full. There were over 6,000 people on that boat. Do you want to guess how many vegans were on that boat? Out of 6,000 people? 6,500 something?
Yeah, it was like 6,200 and some people, something like that. How many vegans, Jen?
3. I thought there were only 2, and then one of the people online was like, no, I was also vegan and had the same problems, which we'll get to. 3. There were 3 vegans on the whole ship.
That's like way less than 1%. Like,
right? So I guess vegans just know that they're not going to get fed well, so they don't.
What is that cruise. Percentage?
I don't know. So the ship itself, it was huge. It was the first one that Carnival had that where the gym wasn't on the top deck, and I care about that because that's like my favorite room in the entire gym or in the entire cruise. It's usually in the front, way at the top. This one was like midship, like in the middle. But it was nice. You didn't get the cool driving along the ocean view while you were running, but you did get the ocean view while you were running. So it wasn't, I thought I was going to hate it, but I didn't. It was fine.
I didn't like the fact that the gym didn't open till like 7.
That's normal, actually. I wish the gym opened earlier, but on this ship, there's no crew gym. So on this one, they were very strict about when we could go in because the crew uses it before 7. So I think on the last ship we were on, it opened at 6. But on this one, the crew also uses that gym. So they couldn't really have like, I guess they don't want the crew and then the guests to mingle, although that's fine with me. I don't care. I just wanted to use the gym at 5:30 and they wouldn't let me. So I went for a lot of walks on the outdoor track. The ship had so many pools and so many restaurants and so much to do. My favorite place to eat on the ship was a restaurant called Chibang. It had a kind of a mashup of Mexican and Chinese food, and it was really easy to get vegan food, especially these mushroom tacos. Oh my goodness.
They were amazing.
I think I could have eaten that every meal and been happy. And then my other favorite place to eat on the ship was Emerald's for the beignets. Oh, the beignets were so good. I'd never had a beignet before, and our cruise director, who went by Kindle Fire, she was like, you have to try a beignet. I was like, all right, sure. It was $5 for 6 giant beignets, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. They were so good.
They
came with 2 different dipping sauces. It was like a strawberry sauce and a chocolate sauce, and it was basically just fried dough. So for the most part, it was vegan. So, yeah, they were great.
We recommend if you go on there, take the strawberry sauce first and then the chocolate and eat them both at the same time.
Yeah, dip one and then the other.
Yes, very much.
So yeah, those are like some of our favorite parts of the ship, but now let's go like day by day for the honeymoon. So we get there, we get our stuff into our room. Our room, it is much smaller. This room is so much smaller, and I think it's because they tried to fit more rooms on a bigger ship so they could have more people, which I didn't like, but I'm sure everyone else just didn't care. But our room was so small. Yeah,
it was definitely a lot smaller. Like the side, like between the beds was a lot smaller, and then like the base of the bed was a lot smaller, and
there was no space.
The bathroom was a lot smaller. Like there was no space.
No space, but it wasn't that bad. We were only in there to sleep, so it's fine. Or have ice cream. We were in there to have ice cream, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
It was definitely a lot smaller than all the other ships that we've been on.
Yeah.
So
when we go with my mom and brother, my brother kind of dictates like the time schedule of everything, which is totally fine with us. It makes it easy.
Because I have no idea what's going on, and he's like, "Oh, we're doing this.
We're doing this, this, and this." We're like, "Okay, cool." So he likes to eat early, so we ate dinner at 5:45 in the main dining room pretty much every night. And he loves the food on the cruise ship. We struggled with it. They weren't very good at vegan. The first night they gave us the Indian meal, even though we talked to the maitre d' and let him know that I don't do spicy and that I didn't really enjoy that meal last time, but it was basically chef's choice every night, and if I didn't like it, oh well. And I was pretty upset by that, because I'm like, I paid the same amount as everybody else, and they can choose between like lobster and steak, and they have all these options, and I get chef's choice. And if I hate it, oh well.
You don't even get told what it is in advance. You just
it just gets brought to your table, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this, so I don't eat then. Cool, awesome. Or they'll be like, oh, you can go upstairs to the buffet. Everything on the buffet is butter on it, so no, I can't. I think we're the only people that lost weight on the cruise. Again, but the food is just not part of the experience for us, and honestly, it's fine. Those mushroom tacos made up for it.
Yeah. Now, this ship, because of it having chibang, was a lot better for us than the last ship.
Yeah, the last ship we were on, it didn't have any options for us that didn't cost extra money, so we ended up eating one night at Bonsai on them because we complained, which I don't usually do on a cruise ship, but we were starving. We were literally starving. We couldn't eat anything.
There was salad. And that's it.
Yeah,
the bread already had
butter on it, everything. Yeah. So our maitre d' was really, really good. By the end of the cruise, he sort of got it. He brought us pasta that we could have, and he brought us like tofu with like teriyaki sauce and stuff. So he sort of got it toward the end of the cruise, but we were still hungry. So
there was it was really cool though. Like the maitre d', after we like talked to him a couple times and talked to the front desk about it, like, we're not the complaining type. I'm one of those people where, like, I've eaten food that wasn't even what I ordered before at places just because I didn't want to cause a problem. But when you literally bring something that A, one of us can't eat, or B, we don't like at all. Like, one of the times they brought her a pumpkin, like,
yeah, it was like
thing.
it was a pot pie type deal, and it was like root vegetables with like a pumpkin puree. Sounds great. This girl hates pumpkin, so I didn't want it. He got a spicy tofu dish, and I got the pumpkin puree thing because they knew I didn't like spicy food. We ended up trading because I would rather, burn my tongue off and eat something that kind of tastes good to me than eat something that I don't like. So that's really one of the vegan problems, is that usually there's just only one option for you, and if you don't like it, oh well. So, but yeah, enough about the food. Let's.
But in the end, they did make. Yeah. Like, they were really cool. Like, they hunted us down. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We didn't
put our order in for the next night, and the maitre d' called us repeatedly, tried to buzz us, I think, and left us mail.
There was a mail on our door saying, "We've been trying to reach you."
Yeah, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. I mean, your dinner.
Yeah. And they're like, "Please let us know," and we're like.
Okay, so enough about the food. Let's go into one of the highlights of the entire cruise. Every single night of the cruise was like going out on such a wonderful date because we got to go see these amazing shows. Like, really phenomenal shows. The dancing and singing and like theatrical shows were phenomenal. This ship, though, had something different that we'd never seen before. It had aerial shows, aerial arts shows. And it also had a magician, and sometimes the magician's show would like go hand in hand with the aerial arts show, like the voodoo heat. Yeah. No, not voodoo heat. Those are your chips. Voodoo.
It was voodoo something.
Voodoo something. Yeah. But it was like this New Orleans kind of like finding love in the wrong places, magic and darkness kind of show. It was really, really cool. And the aerial dancing was phenomenal for that. So it's just, we got to see multiple shows every night. There was a theatrical show at 7, and then we got to see the aerial show at 9, and then right after that we went to go see the comedian at 10:30. It was so great. In between each of those, we'll just go get more coffee and then come sit back down with your coffee. Good. It was really good. It kind of tastes like it came from the pits of hell, but like in a good way. Like, it was just very, very dark and burnt, but like in a good way. I don't know if that makes sense. I kept saying this coffee's straight from hell. So that was one of the greatest things. And then
I love the shows. They were probably some of my favorite shows that we've seen on cruises.
I also really liked the events. So if you know us, you know one of our guilty pleasures is, especially for me, I love country music a lot. And he's learned to like it because of me. And they had a backyard bash one of the sea days. We were like, there was like a Pig and Anchor bar, Guy Fieri's like Pig and Anchor, and it's like very country themed. And we're like, I'm gonna feel at home here. It's kind of like Jacksonville. Smells like meat though. I was miserable whenever I was in that area. I was miserable because it just smelled like meat, but it's okay. They played like good music over there.
Everywhere.
Yeah, but they played good music over there. And one day they had a backyard bash, which is like just one of those like hour-long fun events that they do. And the guy that ran it was from Okeechobee, Florida. He was one of the fun squad.
Yeah.
Basically like in line to be a cruise director one day, but like part of the fun squad team right now. And he's super, super cool.
Robbie.
Yeah. And he hosted this thing, and it was like a hoedown kind of deal where you do like line dances and then games. There was like a toss the pickle game, and whoever ends up with a pickle at the end, there's like 5 people that end up with a pickle at the end, and you have to do something silly if you end up with one. I ended up with it, and he had his hand on it too, and I was like, if this is something fun to do, I want you to do it, because he wanted to do all the twerk in front of people and like go up on stage and do stupid stuff.
I want to make a fool of myself.
Yes, he wanted that so bad. So we're holding on to this pickle, and then what does the guy say?
Robbie's like, "Ma'am, get your hand off his pickle."
So he took it, and it was just funny that he would say that, because a lot of the humor is like not exactly
a little
kid
tongue
friendly.
in cheek, you know.
Some tongue in cheek. So then they played this game where they had to like put hats on each other and like spin around, and hats had to go one way if he said hoedown, or like they go the other way if he says like do-si-do or so. I don't know.
If he said one word, like we took the hat from the right and put it on our head, and if we said something else, we took it from the left and put it on ours.
And so when the music stops, like musical chairs, whoever doesn't have a hat is out. And at the end, it was him and this like 16-year-old girl, and she wanted to win. She had like an iron grip on the hat.
We started, and then all of a sudden there was
and
like...
he didn't want to get savage with like a 16-year-old girl, so then he had this idea.
I was like, I'm trying to grab it, and she's like, and I'm like, what if we put it on his head, because the Robbie wasn't looking? And
the Robbie.
The Robbie. I was like, what if we put it on his head, because he's over there just dancing and having a good time with everybody. And she's like, what? I was like, let's put it on his head. And she's like, okay. So we both go over and we put it on his head, and he just loses it.
Yeah, and so they both won. Actually, his ribbon is hanging up like in his office right now. He won this like ribbon that says winner of the backyard bash, and I was like, yeah. Although he spent the whole time trying to get a ship on a stick. That was what he wanted.
That was my ultimate goal.
A ship on a stick. And it's like these little trophies of the Carnival ship, and it says the name of the ship. He just wanted a ship on a stick. And he won a ribbon for that. Not exactly a ship on a stick, but it's all right. And then there were other fun events that we got to do. We tried to do trivia, but those were always so packed.
We got to try the bingo with your brother.
Yeah, my brother got a bingo package, or won a bingo package or something. And we played it for him, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never played bingo before like that. And so we got to do that. He didn't win anything that time, but on his next cruise, he totally won like a bunch of stuff. So that was cool. My brother likes to play the slots in the casino, so he did that a lot. And we found out that my mom is not allowed to be anywhere near him when he does that, because she is a terrible luck for him. Every time she is near, he loses. Every time she's gone, he wins. So I had to go distract her while those two played.
Which was a lot of fun. I got to play with your brother, and we had a blast. I came out ahead.
That's good. Let's see. We got to do something really, really cool. So a couple years ago, we saw that Carnival had this show. It was called the Love and Marriage Show. It's like a newlywed game, sort of, but there's 3 couples that they invite from the audience. The first one is the newest couple, the one who was most recently married. The second one is the craziest couple. The third one is the oldest couple. Now, we could do an entire video on this show. I might actually edit the video that Andy gave me and post it on this channel so you guys can see the hilarity that happened. I say edit because there's one answer you guys can't know. Even though the entire audience found out about it. But ask us in person and we'll tell you. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, is my phone.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Bento. I was like, what is he doing?
But no.
So we ended up being the newest couple. Whenever I saw that show, I was like, I want to go on that after we get married. I want to go on that after we get married. Please, it'll be like our only chance to do it. Please, please, please. And he was like, yeah, of course. I want to make a fool of myself. So.
Oh, but right before that, we're standing there and they're like, who's the most recent married? And it was us and this other couple. And we beat them by like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
So we were like, yeah.
I mean, we technically cheated though, because we gave our October date.
Yeah, which was going to be our.
It was technically our wedding date. So, but I wanted to go on the show, so it's fine. It was not cheating; it was our wedding date. So even though the hurricane postponed it, it was our wedding date. So. Okay, anyway, so we get to go on the show. The craziest couple is a couple that is actually named Bonnie and Clyde.
They were hilarious.
They were absolutely hilarious. When they said get crazy, they literally started, like, making a porn in there.
They were like...
Can I say that word on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. So...
They were like...
They were literally, like, filming right in the audience. And so we're like...
Fully clothed.
Yeah. Fully clothed, but like,
just,
They were 90s prominent up, okay?
Yeah.
If that helps.
And they were like in their 50s.
Oh, yeah. Their answers to the questions are so funny. So we definitely have to post the whole video of this show. So we won't get into it. We'll post the whole video. The oldest couple had been married for 65 years or something like that. And then they were like, no, we don't want to go. We don't want to go on the show. And she's like, no, this is great. Kindle Fire was the one hosting. And he's like, no, she doesn't speak English. And she's like, and Kindle's like, oh, that makes it even better. So then they got her daughter to translate, which made all of the answers to the questions that much more embarrassing because they were very lewd in nature. One of the questions, and this I will have to say now instead of making you watch the video later, one of the questions was, how many times have you had ice cream since you've been on this ship? And this is about 4 days into the 7-day cruise. Or 3. It was 3 days or 4 days. I don't remember. Yeah. But how many times have you had ice cream since you've been on this ship? At that point, we hadn't, because we were so tired by the time we got back to our room after a full day of very, very planned events.
We got up at 5:30
to work out
every day to work
I'm
out.
An a-hole.
And then we were gone all day, and then we were doing stuff all day. Like each day, I was getting between almost 30,000 steps.
Yeah. And we had to take the stairs everywhere because the elevators were just crowded. So we were exhausted. So we hadn't had ice cream. You know, whatever.
And we're vegan.
And also, like, we can do that at home. We can't watch these amazing shows and spend all day in San Juan every day. We can have ice cream at home. He likes making the vegan joke, but so we had to state in front of the audience how many times. And so how the game worked is that you had to write your answer down, and then when you say it, you have to hope that you and your partner match answers. But it ended up, there was no, like, winning. Everyone wins. But, like, it's just funny to see how the answers don't match.
But I want you to imagine my perspective here. We're sitting here. We're swapped on this day. Like, the thing.
Yeah,
so we're sitting kind of like this, but we're opposite sides.
Yeah.
And she's asking all these personal questions. About 3 rows in, I see this. Her brother. Just staring at me. Filming it.
And he's like, oh, God.
And they're like, how many times have you had ice cream? And I'm just like, I don't care if we had it 1,000,000 times. I want to say 0 because there's a man that will beat me up.
No, Andy. No. In fact, after that, Andy's like, how come you haven't had ice cream yet? I was like, Andy, please stop.
Well, like, we don't want to talk about this with you. No.
So when she gets to that question, she goes, so how many times have you had ice cream? And I'm like, 0. She's like, what? And I was like, we've been really busy. And then he says 0. And she's like, what? You guys need to get on that. And then let me just tell you, the Bonnie and Clyde had done it a lot. Let's just go with a lot.
Had 4 or 5.
4 or 5 by that point. And then the older couple, he said, no, I'm done. And he meant it like,
none.
Never again. And he's like, no, I'm done. And we're like, oh no. And then she's like, Kindle Fire goes to the wife. She's like, do you wish you had had ice cream? She goes, yes. You're just like, oh my god, they were so cute. And then there was a whole bunch of different answers, but one of my favorite answers from Bonnie and Clyde was, where is the craziest place you've ever had ice cream? Their answer to that question was in the car driving along I-10. Apparently, their friend was driving and they were having ice cream in the back seat. First of all, that's a really good friend. Mm-hmm. Second of all, like, windows? Mm-hmm. That's how crazy Bonnie and Clyde are, which makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
If your name is Bonnie and you marry somebody named Clyde, you are, like, legally obligated to be that crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
They were a lot of fun. We saw them throughout the ship and they were a blast.
It was so much fun. That show was everything, and at the end of the show, we got a goodie bag filled with, like, you know, some random gift jewelry or something. It's like the cheap stuff that they give out for prizes. And a bottle of champagne, which I think we still have.
We still have.
Yeah. And a ship on a stick. He got his ship on a stick. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I was super excited. I was like, yeah, that's all I cared about. I wanted to get a chain for it. I like the dollar inch chains. I should have done that.
Yeah.
But
other things we did on the ship that were really, really fun.
Can we talk about my new best friend, Jackknife?
Yes, but okay, let's finish what's on the ship, and then we're actually going to cut off part 2 and then we're going to make a separate video for part 3, because this is getting very, very long. So real quick, I'll mention, I did sing karaoke once. Oh, yeah. I decided to sing The Saga Begins by Weird Al to a room full of people that apparently have never heard of Weird Al, because they didn't get it. I don't want to sing to impress. When I sing karaoke, I just want to sing something funny. I want to have fun. And that song is fun. And the whole audience was just like, I thought this was American Pie. Like, what is she singing? And I was like...
They were just like...
What? Yeah, and I feel like we were the only nerds on the boat. Us two, and then my mom and brother. I got recognized from Instagram, which was really cool. I was just walking, and this lady's like... That's the tapper from Instagram. And I'm like, you heard it. Yeah. And you told me. And I'm like, what? They came up to me and they were like, we follow you. We tap with you. And they're actually from our city. And they know one of the dancers in Noise Complaint, which is really cool.
It was really cool because they were like so excited. And then like a couple days later, they saw us again.
Yeah, we're just chatting with them. We took some pictures. They wanted pictures. And
they walked up to me. We were at I was buying candy. I'm not going to lie. I was buying candy. And one of the girls was like, hey, do you think it's okay if we ask Jen for a picture? And I'm like, I'm sure she would appreciate that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Like,
but I thought it was so really sweet that they asked. You know,
yeah, and they were really, really nice.
They were a lot of fun.
It was really cool to just be recognized like that, I guess.
And they were just cool to talk to. They were just having a blast with their family. And
formal night was really, really cool because I wore this dress that had like a butt cape. It was like a romper with a butt cape, but it was like really, really classy. And I was also wearing like platform golf boots. And I got so many compliments on my outfit, both formal nights, because I wore the exact same thing both formal nights because I'm basic. So I was like, yeah, that outfit kind of worked and it was comfortable, so I'm wearing it again. Lots of people love that outfit, so that was really, really cool. Another fun thing that we did was I got a free drink for being a gold member of Carnival. I said gold, I had to pause before member so I didn't have an Austin Powers reference in my head. And so we decided to do this drink. Like, I was going to give it to him to get like a pina colada or something, but then I realized, I was like, no, there's this really, really cool bar on Carnival called the Alchemy Bar. And you can get the weirdest drinks made. You can even get like drinks that aren't on the menu. You just tell them what you like, and this is their job to like come up with these chemistry concoctions. And the whole bar is like chemistry themed. It's really, really cool. And so we went and had this like lavender martini. Best tasting drink I've ever had in my life. I was not planning on having more than like a couple sips. I ended up having most of it.
It was actually really good. Like,
it was amazing.
And it was it had this purple hue, and it was really nice.
Yeah, it was purple because of the lavender syrup, and it had like rosemary on the top, like a sprig of rosemary. coolest thing ever. And it was just delicious. And we ended up talking to a bunch of people at the bar and just having fun that night and just socializing. And then we made some other friends on the boat. We made friends with James
and Brittany.
And their son Jackknife. His name is Jackknife.
Yeah, we were waiting for the
It was the sign-ups for the King and Queen of Mardi Gras. He wanted to try to be the King of Mardi Gras.
This was like day 1 or day 2.
Yeah, and I said I would sign up to do it with you because I don't like doing that kind of stuff on a cruise ship, but he loves it, so I'm like, whatever. So I said, I will do it with you if you want to do it, and it turns out it was individual. It wasn't like couples.
Yeah.
So you had to like get the most applause in order to... Or no, they picked you randomly?
No, like you had
They picked 4 people randomly.
Yeah, they picked 4 people
and then
randomly.
the last person had to get the most applause.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And like they picked the guys first, right?
No, they picked the girls
the queens first. Yeah.
They picked the queens first. I didn't get picked, but this lady, Brittany, behind me, we'd already met her son. Her son, Jackknife, was...
He's like 2 or 3.
He's 2 years old. Running around and throwing rubber duckies at people.
Yeah.
And whenever he threw them at people, he had to scream really, really loud. It was the funniest thing. But we were all just happy to play with him.
And he was having a blast.
His dad sat next to us and talked to us, and he was like, "Oh, you're really, really cool with my kid." We're like, "Well, your kid's really, really cool. I like how he has to like kamehameha every single time he throws the
He was like,
thing." You're just like, "Oh my god, he's like a little Goku." Did I get that reference?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we kind of just got to know him. Then we found out that Brittany, his wife, also wanted to be a queen for Mardi Gras. So she gets picked to go up there. She was so excited. And then it got to the guys part. And we were just like, what if James, her husband, got picked too? And then little baby Jackknife gets to be part of it.
But we decided that, because I was like, we should do it together. And if Jen didn't get picked, then... I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be king and queen with somebody else.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So I was like, what if I root for... Because I didn't get picked on the names. And then they're like, who wants to be king? So I raised my hand. But my goal was to cheer for Jackknife. That Jackknife.
Yeah, but then they said that the little one couldn't be the king.
Was like,
so then
Kendall
he was like, well then
she's
James.
like, Jackknife's not old enough to drink. He can't be the king.
Yeah, because the king and queen had to do like different things
Yeah.
throughout like the cruise after that.
So like I cheered. I was like, he should be king, and everybody roared for him and stuff. And...
So what was cool is that James did end up getting picked to be king, and Brittany did end up getting picked to be queen, and then little Jackknife got to sit with them on the thrones. And then there was like a Mardi Gras parade with them, and there was also a second team of queen and king, and the king of that team, you remember Robbie from the Backyard Bash? His dad was on the cruise because it was a Thanksgiving cruise, so some of the crew had their family on there. His dad got to be the king. I forget his dad's name.
I don't remember, but his dad is
he
like
has this, like
6'5",
voice.
just big, but he's this like larger than life elementary school teacher.
Yeah, he has this like scary booming voice. And he's an elementary school teacher.
And he is like the nicest guy.
So sweet. And he was so funny. Like, he's great. And so it was so cool to watch these couples get to do that. And then just making friends with James and Brittany was really, really fun.
And they were so excited. Like when they went by us, Brittany saw us and was like, thank you guys so much. Like,
well, imagine the family memory that they got to have. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So... yeah, that was pretty much what we liked on the ship, and we are going to continue this in a second video, I guess, a third video, because we already had part 1, but it'll be part 3, what we liked when we were on land, and like anything else we can think of, so definitely stay tuned with us, and hoping that you're loving this honeymoon story as we take you along our journey.
But thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up. If you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you had a fun, interesting story on your honeymoon, leave a comment below. Let us know what you got to do.
Let us know if you had a Bonnie and Clyde on your cruise.
Or what you did for your cruise.
Right?
Or what you did for your honeymoon. Because I love hearing all the different things.
Yeah, maybe you had a traditional honeymoon where you didn't take your family with you. Or maybe you had like a...
maybe you went camping.
Maybe you had like a really off-the-wall honeymoon. I know a friend of mine, Alana, went to Disney for an entire week for her honeymoon, which for her is right up her alley. Big Disney fan. For me, that wouldn't be, because I'm not a huge Disney fan, but like a cruise is something that I would do.
That would be Lexi when she gets married.
Disney cruise, I think she would do. But yeah, so stay tuned for part 3. Thanks for joining us for this. And yeah.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Jen.
And we have a ship on a stick. See you later. Bye. Wow, we're back. Oh, look at the fancy art. Look at the fish. Jen, we're underwater.
Oh, no.
Blah, 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 blah. Hi.
So, hey.
So we're night 1? This is the start of night 1?
Well, night 2.
Night 2, that's right, because we got here yesterday.
Yeah, we can give them our cabin is dirty tour.
You guys want to see our dirty cabin?
This is the smallest cabin we've ever been in.
There's Jen's no art. Of course, I get the art side.
Yeah, of course you do.
But yeah, there's the bed.
And then
hold on.
Oh yeah, our little friend.
All right, so we're giving sorry. Our messy cabin. Coca-Cola, Coke Zero.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching, sponsor us.
Please.
If you're Pepsi and watching it, I'll drink Pepsi.
Yeah, he drinks Mountain Dew.
I love Mountain Dew.
So we're good.
But if you're Coke, I love Coke Zero.
Oh my gosh, your face is all over that.
But no, so there's the TV. It's in the reflection. It's not actually in the hole in the wall. And then there's that. There's the TV. And then there's the bathroom. Yep. World's smallest bathroom. But
and that's our whole cabin.
Look at this light though.
That's our entire cabin. So hey, we wanted to give you a night 2 update. So did the kids across the hall.
They're loud.
And so what did we do today? We woke up and had a fantastic workout.
Yeah, we went for a mile walk.
Yeah, mile walk on the deck, and then we went to the gym because the gym is open. I think if you caught the other segment, if I edited it correctly, the gym is open at 7, which really messes up our start of our day. So we had to flip the way that we do it. We used to go to the gym and then we would go for a walk. Now we go for a walk and then we go to the gym. So right after that, we went to eat breakfast, and then we went to a couple presentations. My brother really likes the presentations, but hey, it worked out because my brother won something at one of them. He won a bag of bags, and he got a free beer. I got a free pumpkin beer. Pumpkin beer.
And it was so funny because the cruise director was like, all right, we're celebrating Carnival's 50th birthday. We're gonna sing happy birthday real quick to Carnival. And there was 5 of us that had pumpkin beer because they were trying to promote the beer.
Yeah, they were like, who wants it? And 5 people went up and he was one of them. And he said, oh, it's these 4 beautiful ladies and this guy with really, really pretty hair.
That me. And so they were like, oh, thanks. And they were like, okay, so the only rule is that you have to chug it and drink it all before we're done singing happy birthday. So all these ladies are like, okay, and I'm like, all right, well, here we go. I'm going back to college days. Here we go. And so we sit there, and all of a sudden we start, and then I'm just like, boom, and I'm down, and they're like, happy birthday. They're doing it super fast.
Super fast, and he's like, oh no.
And then so they finish, and then she looks at me, and she's like, you guys don't have to chug it. She goes, you don't have to chug it. And I look, I'm over about 50 to 60% done. But it was good. No, we drank the rest of it.
Yeah.
But no, so now we're getting ready for Elegant Night.
Elegant Night. It's the formal night on the cruise. It's we get 2 elegant nights on this cruise. So he's all spiffy. I'm in my undergarments because I didn't want to put my dress on until I absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But what else did we do? Oh, we went to the casino with your mom and brother.
We went to the casino with them, and my mom gave us each $20 to gamble with. I blew the whole thing on a slot machine because the slot machine was not having it with me today, and then he also blew the whole thing on a slot machine, but then made all the money back plus another half. So
yep. I'm currently at $30.49.
I'm at $0. Oh no, I think I have 72 cents. I think I had 72
Oh yeah, you
cents.
did. You cashed out 72 cents.
Yeah,
so nice.
Because each bet is 75 cents. So.
But yeah, so we're having fun. It's a blast. It's been lots of things. A lot of people on this one. There's over 6,500 people on this ship.
It's crazy.
It's Carnival's crazy. Current largest, about to be the second largest.
No, it is the second largest now, I think, because I think the Celebration is larger. But Andy knows all these facts. We don't know any of these facts.
I just talk out my butt.
Yeah. Food status update. Nothing changed. So remember we were in line, and then I did my own little vlog saying that you went back, and nothing changed. They're not going to accommodate us any more than we have to seek out the chef and ask for a special meal to be prepared and hope that they're not busy. So we're going to give that a try for tonight and tomorrow. And if it still sucks, then we're going to get my mom involved. And if you know my mom, you know, ain't nobody named Karen can stand a chance against her. So if she's upset, she got you.
She literally took down her HOA president.
She did, and then took his job. He was embezzling money.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's not like she was like, I don't like him. No,
she just found out he was embezzling money, and she goes, yeah, this guy's going down. And then she not only like took him out of his job and took his job, but she got him in legal trouble, and he had to pay all the money back.
Don't steal.
Yeah, don't steal and let my mom know about it at least.
But yeah, so we're getting ready for dinner tonight, and then there's going to be
hopefully they have some good food for us tonight. I will say I'm pretty hungry. Trying to find a snack earlier was ridiculous.
Right?
We went to the buffet and there was just nothing for us to eat.
Sorry for the adjusting. We don't have a tripod.
They won't let you bring a tripod on board. So we go to the buffet and there's just literally nothing for us to eat. It's bread that already has butter on it. Hush puppies that had cheese in it, meat obviously, a rice dish that had butter in it. The only things we can eat are salad, and there's only one dressing choice, and it's balsamic, which is fine, but like you can't eat the same thing for 7 days straight unless it's vegan nuggets. Then you absolutely can. And watermelon, like that's all we could eat. There's no desserts for us. There's no like main dishes for us. Nothing. So for lunch we're gonna just starve, I guess. But we went up to the Italian restaurant, and the Italian restaurant has pasta. We're like, oh, good, pasta, that's great. And we wrote vegan on our because it's like create your own pasta. So we wrote vegan on the sheet, and they were like, yes, we're gonna have to give you gluten-free pasta. We're like, no, we're vegan, not gluten-free. And they're like, no, the pasta has egg in it. And we're like, you have to specifically go out of your way to get pasta that has egg in it. Most pasta that you buy at the store is just wheat. That's all it is. It's just wheat. So, yeah, I was pretty pissed. We ate it anyway, because, like, how much egg could really be in that? And we were out to lunch with my family. Like, what are we going to do? Just sit there and not eat? Like, we had to eat it. But at this time, we're like, you know, we could do some options. So that's the update on the food saga. We will keep you updated as it goes. But right now, we're trying to just, you know, look on the bright side of things and spend a wonderful evening with my family, all dressed up and actually wearing eye makeup. I know you guys are probably, like, shocked. I didn't even wear makeup on my wedding day.
We're going to go see a really cool dance show at 7:30, I think, and then a really cool magic show.
He's so excited for the magic show, y'all. So yeah, I think that's it for today's update. Yeah, so we'll give you a little update tomorrow. Maybe we'll vlog a little bit more throughout the day if we have time. My brother has us on a pretty tight schedule.
But yeah, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.